now.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My apologies for not being there. I decided to sit out in the woods in the rain instead. So, as you may have heard, I had a medical incident recently. So, I'm not allowed to drive, and it's I have to see a neurologist tomorrow to see if there's anything left in my head. So we'll see how things go. So, how are you doing, Pete?
I have seen 4 neurologists. One of them told me that headaches are simply an inconvenience and I should listen to books on tape.
Oh,
Believe that?
no.
Oh boy.
I have 4 surgeries to go, so it'll be a while.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully things get better for each one. So
You too.
at the moment, they still don't know if I had a TIA, a stroke, or a seizure. So it's just kind of annoying. I knew nothing about it. So it's just the family get a conniption because they're going around in circles. So anyway, let's see if we can get through this as we. Good evening, Faith. Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Steve. As a precursor, Joe, would you mind? I wasn't able to go to the town meeting, obviously. Did the Pacc finances just go through okay?
Yes,
And what happened to the town, new town hall?
that did not pass.
Not pass.
And what happened to Marshall Park?
That did not pass.
And they are tearing
Okay.
down the back end of our studio.
Say again, Pete?
They are tearing down the back end of Pacios where our studio is.
Oh, they did?
They are going to. That'll pass.
Okay. Well, let's just get through this. And so as we're a mixture, by roll call, Peter, you here?
Yes, I am.
Faith, are you here?
Here.
Steve, are you here? Yes. Oh, sorry.
Present.
Steve, are you here?
Yeah,
And Steve's here as well. And we are joined by Joe. I assume there's no one else there, Joe. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do we have any public comments? Hearing none, do we have any committee comments?
I was not at the town meeting either, but I understand that they're going to be taking down the back end of Pacios. And they're also not going to build the new studio by the Ritter. Do we have any sort of a plan C before they rip our studio up?
I don't. I may have by 3 o'clock in the morning. I met recently with Jen, the new town manager, but this was to talk about the new contract. But during that conversation, she did comment that she understood we had to have our permanent space. So I'm happy to say that there are people in the town who do understand that the service that we give to them at essentially no cost. So we do have supporters, but we need enough supporters to give us the proper space. So thank you for that, Pete, I think. So,
I have a question.
Well, I'm just curious with story time and talking baseball, well, it has to go somewhere.
what we'll do is we'll move to Townsend when nobody's looking and just carry on.
That's okay.
Faith,
Is the reason that they're tearing down only the back of the building because there's asbestos there and not in the other parts of the building, or what's the reasoning?
What Deb told me was that it was
More about
asbestos and it wasn't safe. Whatever that meant.
They keep telling us it is safe. I believe it has something to do also with the maintenance of that part of the building, the heating and so forth. So, you know, it could be asbestos. They keep telling us that it's perfectly fine. When I spoke with the facilities director, he mentioned a month or two ago that they would be moving us to the front of the building that is not going to be demolished.
Hmm.
So back where we were,
Essentially in that area.
okay,
I heard that they were looking at the superintendent's office because they're vacating the end of June.
Hmm.
To that area.
Yeah.
Well,
they-
I guess this, sorry, Pete.
did they give us any kind of a timeline when this was going to occur before the winter, or is just TBA?
I don't recall the facilities director mentioning a time. He may have, but I don't recall.
Okay,
Is the municipal building committee still alive or are they done?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't meant to be a good question. I was looking for an answer. Oh, boy. Okay. Anything further under public or committee comments? Communications, anybody?
I wonder if if there are any properties, at least land, that the town has taken over that, like for non-payment of taxes or whatever, that could be a possible site. For
When
us.
they published that list, I went through it and didn't see anything of sufficient size to begin with. And secondly, as we know, if we build our own property, we can't afford to run it. So that would be a nice solution, but finances are getting tighter by the day, unfortunately.
My only two thoughts is the Chapter Lane building down on 2A is for sale. And then there's the new place on that way of 2A where they're putting in all the hangars for the heavy
Mhm.
construction. Each bay has plenty of electricity, heating, cooling, all that facility, and I don't know if that would be a spot to rent or do. Those are the only two spots that I could come up with.
Right. But we'd have to buy or lease them, right?
Correct.
Well, except the town should. I mean, we are a town department. We aren't. Joe is.
In our meeting, when I was with you with the select board, I believe Mr. Alonso had made that a point
Yep.
that we needed to do something, but I also know that in a week or so, we're gonna have elections and a lot of the select board is gonna change. Right? This
So,
3 out of the 5.
one more thing,
communication.
Steve, are there any grants
yeah.
available that we could apply for?
We're part of the town.
I don't know if we can as a town department.
Yeah, no.
We're
not?
kind of weird.
I mean, every other department I've been involved with, like the senior center, we always get grants.
That's because they're all elderly, although looking around the table. So.
Bite your tongue.
Yeah, but
Sorry about that. I have absolutely no idea. The place to ask that would be on mass access. You know, if this, so there are a lot of creative people trying to find funding at the moment out there. But
mhm.
be
Hmm.
interesting idea though.
Well, I wonder if any of the other studios have ever applied for grants. They're all
Yeah,
over the
that's what I mean by mass access.
Yeah,
If
okay.
anyone's successfully done it,
Yeah,
they would reply. They're very good like that.
it's a thought.
Oh, you disappeared. Oh, you came back again. Good. Well, that's maybe. Okay. Communications, anybody? I did meet with Jen. Joe was going to be with me, but had to be away from the office. This is to do with renewal of the contract with Comcast. And I think she was trying to get me to run it, which I don't want to do. But we are going to start the process fairly soon. So she will be looking for volunteers. If there's anybody who thinks that might be a good idea, then feel free to put your name forward. So she was very positive, not only about Pacc existing, but what we've been doing and how much we do for a relatively small town. So I was definitely encouraged by the conversation I had with her. So,
Good.
anybody else? Communications? Hearing nothing. Moving on. Review and approve the minutes from 4/7/2025, which Faith noted and Steve worked on. So
All kudos to Steve. And 602.
Oh, fine.
Yeah,
Okay, April 7th.
and
Yep. I didn't know when it started. And it ended at, when?
I don't know if I wrote that down.
Okay, I can look it up.
I didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think it was 6:30. I think it was our fastest.
Oh, I remember you saying that, Steve. It was a fast meeting.
Yep.
I'll move to approve the minutes with the revision. We had to put in when it started and ended. So I'll approve it as amended. That's what it is. Motion.
Second,
Steve, as a friendly suggestion, as you weren't at the meeting, I'm not sure you should approve them.
Okay, Faith will do it.
You're the one who tells me that most of the time. So
Well, I was thinking that, but there's only a couple of
Yeah.
motion
I,
to.
kn- I know you worked on them, so I'm happy either way.
All right,
I would just like to commend his dedication. He wasn't even there, he was traveling and
I did it when I got back.
I know, but even doing it when you get back, I think that's outstanding.
Whichever way,
Massachusetts Minuteman.
shall I take Steve's motion to approve?
Well, Faith's motion.
It's
My motion.
A
okay.
second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say
Aye.
aye.
All right.
I approve.
Thank you very much.
Unanimous.
Boy, this is confusing. I hate doing it this way, folks. So,
Okay,
okay, manager's monthly report. Could you make yourself visible in the camera, please, Joe?
I don't usually,
Ah.
here I am.
he wants to
There
see.
you go.
Hey, I'll do this.
Hi,
How's that?
Joe Toll speaking. It was a relatively quiet month in April. We did, when I say we, mostly Eric did all the preparation for the town meeting. He did a fantastic job putting together all of the equipment that needed to be put together for the town meeting, and he should be commended for that. He did a wonderful, wonderful job. And
I'm
so
sorry. Who was that?
Eric Foster.
Eric. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job, and so did the videographers. So we all came together and got that done. Did mostly administrative work, program updating, backing up video files. Today they did I had a videographer do the Century Club recording at the senior center, or the Adult Activity Center. And Dan Seminator did our spring health update with the Neshoba Boards of Health. So that was good. Also, I have some Mac maintenance that I have to do. I have to get some new account numbers for our MacBooks so that we can update the software. you don't have the report in front of you, but we're right now at, $1,054,776. They did post the February Comcast payment, which it actually was posted in March. I believe it came in February. It was 44,509, which was about little over $100 less than the last payment. No major purchases. We are at, I believe we are at 71% programming, in local programming that we are producing, which is a good thing. And
Mhm.
we started talking baseball last month, season 11,
Wow.
and we got through a couple of episodes, 1 and 2. I will be taking vacation in May and in June. And that's reflected on the calendar. The 19th of May through the 23rd. And I'm still waiting to hear about the Memorial Day festivities, if there is going to be anything. We'll be covering that if there is going to be a ceremony.
Are you doing Smarter Than a Sixth Grader?
We are scheduled to do Smarter Than a Sixth Grader. I just have to
Mhm.
confirm videographers for that night and Eric. And we will have a couple of videographers at the all vendor fair on the 10th of May. Which we actually did a promotion for that in studio. It came out really great. So it's been up on YouTube and on channel 9. So that's been advertised. And we're hoping to do more promotions with the beach director and just other organizations in town per Jen Warren's request that we do more promotions.
Good.
Good, well, have her contact me. I'll promote the band.
Absolutely.
Have
Yeah,
her Contact me.
yeah. Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay. What?
Is there any?
Joe?
Yes,
Joe? When Kayla was filming the Boston Post K in the Century Club today, we made arrangements for her to go to Charles Sanderson's house and interview him. And we haven't made the dates yet, but it's going to be tacked on to that telecast. He's
Yes.
a character. He's a 101-year-old character. And
Okay.
he agreed to do that, and his family's going to all help out so we can combine it with the broadcast of the ceremony. Okay?
Okay, yes, I have the card and I'll hold it until we're ready.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
Any other questions?
Anything further? Nothing else from you, Joe?
No.
I just would like to know, your staffing levels, are they at a good point now for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Although scheduling can be challenging because I have one videographer that can't do live meetings over at town hall, so that leaves one person out of that. One person is having car issues now, which leaves him out of some of the town hall recordings. And a third videographer who can't work nights except for Thursday nights. So that leaves, a lot to be desired there. So scheduling can be a little bit tough. So we do have a full staff, but we have situations that don't allow for everyone to work when I need them,
Yeah.
you know?
That's why you get the big bucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if we ought to promote it again at the high school, even though we haven't gotten results, maybe for extra credit or I don't know, do they have community service kinds of points that they're required to earn at the high school?
No.
No, okay. Well, and maybe an internship at Fitchburg State or something that we could, talk to the communication department about.
They usually go over to FATV.
Yeah,
It's a much nicer studio and
yeah,
a more professional
Yeah.
studio.
yeah,
So that is a tough sell to get them here.
yeah.
Yeah. Not impossible.
Okay, anything else? Thank you, Joe. Appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
You disappeared. What you doing?
I don't need to, I'm not part of the committee.
She flew away.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the FY26 budget. I wasn't at the town meeting. The way it was presented this year was not the same as previous years, and I was hopeful. Did it go in the consent calendar, Joe?
It did.
Okay. I was concerned because the way it was presented was as if some came out of the general budget, and it wasn't obvious that it got repaid to the general budget. And that's an issue to do with managing the indirect costs. So as long as it went through, that's good. I'm not sure, Steve, everyone else chime in. Do we still need that on the agenda for future meetings? I don't think so. Is that okay? Studio space update. All I have on that is what I've just been told. We don't have a clue. Anyone have any other comments on that?
I can talk to, I mean, with the committee's permission, I could get some information from the facilities director on what his plans are for us at the TCP.
That would be a good idea for next meeting.
Sure.
Sure, I'm motion Joe can talk to the facilities. That'd be great for you.
That she'll report back to us.
And report back to us. Oh, give Joe permission to talk to people about the current situation. How that? You can talk to anyone you want.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 seconds.
I second. Anytime.
Okay, the next item on the list is the enterprise fund
have to
investment.
It was a motion.
Oh, I'm
to-
sorry.
Yep.
Please vote. There was a motion made. I missed it.
Yeah, I made a motion that gave Joe permission, committee's permission to talk to people about the facilities. And this.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't know we needed a vote,
I
but
know.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
We're asking her to report to us as opposed to granting permission.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Asking,
Oh, well, we don't need a motion for that.
okay,
So
whatever.
I'll rescind my motion.
Okay, then I rescind my second.
All right. Like that. Oh, that's a
Yes.
lot easier. Oh, okay. I know that.
So I'm sorry, it's coming through a bit garbled. Are we voting on it or not?
No, we don't need to. We fixed it.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. The enterprise fund investment status. About one day after our last meeting, I got the form. So this is dated the quarter ending the 31st of March of this year. So that's third quarter in terms of financial year 25. And the investment fund is standing at 781,000 19 and 45 cents. It looks like it's a bit less in terms of the annual rate at which it's increasing, but it's completely out of our control. It's whatever's going on with Treasury interest rates. And nominally, it's free money in the sense of we're not doing anything. And there is not, to our knowledge, at least not to my knowledge, a better way of responsibly investing it for the future. So that's good. What has changed, sort of accidentally because of the way the funding is decreasing, the franchise fee is decreasing, is we had said previously that this money would be used primarily to account for potential inflation for our new studio. Right now, it's going to be redirected as needed to balance our budget in terms of operational costs. But that's sort of what we should be doing with it. The fund we have built up, which initially was capital money from the contract negotiation, at least some of it for at least the early part of the time I was here, we were not spending our entire operations income each year because we didn't have a production technician. So we're behaving responsibly. We're doing the right things with it. And quite honestly, we're in way better shape than a lot of the other public access systems around. So that's where we are. So that was 781
Well,
019
say that,
781,000
Yep.
and $19.45.
thank you.
Steve,
Yes.
are we anticipating any major purchases in the in the calendar year? Not calendar, in the fiscal year? Because in the past, we've had to, needed to upgrade different systems and software and we needed to buy mics and, all sorts of equipment. So it may be that we won't have to subsidize the operating budget if we don't have any major purchases.
You lost me somewhere in the middle of that, but to the best of my knowledge, unless we get our new space, we will only have a major capital expense in the event of significant failure.
Right.
So we're not looking at, we did the upgrade using the ARPA funding.
Mhm.
If the Castus has a conniption, that would be a principal risk. If Comcast gives us a high definition channel, but just replaces one of the other ones, that would be a minor expense. If they gave us an additional high definition channel, which if they did that, we would potentially use for the best of public access, or it would be designated just for government, for instance. Then we have to upgrade the Castus, and its present size and age would mean a complete replacement, and that would be significant. But it would be planned if that was the case. Did I get that right, Joe?
You did. You're on your game.
Okay. Anything else on any of this? Because I don't have anything else except the next meeting is on June the 2nd in the same room. Um,
Can I make a final
Okay.
comment?
please do.
In listening to the town meeting, it's clear that most of the people in this town have never been to our studios, have no idea that this television channel isn't the same thing as watching Channel 4 in Boston or the Red Sox game. They don't know the kind of work and effort and locations that we need to produce something which is becoming increasingly necessary in this town. I think the burden should be on the town to find us a new location and franchise it. Instead of us poking around like homeless beggars looking for some place where we can please find some place to provide you with the service that you need.
Services the town need or the
The
services we
town
need?
needs, the town and all the citizens.
Exactly. That's the point I was making. Good comment, Pete. I appreciate it. Don't know what to do with it, but I appreciate it.
Well, you stash it away and find a place to use it, okay?
Yeah. Well, at this point, I will
Motion to adjourn.
entertain.
Second.
What?
Oh, there's no.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh,
And Faith second.
let me consider that. A second. Did we have a second, Pete?
Yes.
Faith?
I guess so. Go ahead. I'll third it.
There you go. No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
aye, and aye.
Good
So
night.
thank you.
Get
My
well, both
Yeah,
of you.
both of you do better.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Get well.
Well, and you, Pete. So